Hello and welcome to this part 2 of powering up your home office lights using Power Platform. In this video I'm going to talk about securely storing your app credentials. When we register the app in the developer portal at Hue, we received an app ID, client secret. And it's very important to take good care of those credentials because you don't want unauthorized access to your personal system. Depending on what your usage scenario is, if you are doing this only for yourself and your personal use, and you're not going to share this with anyone, then you can, for example, use a SharePoint list or something to store those client ID and secret and that credentials. You just have to make sure that you don't never share that resources with anyone else. In my case, I wanted to build a solution that where the Power App and the Power Automate flows, I can share those with different kinds of users. So let's say if you have a Hue system at your workplace, you can create a logic that lets other people use that system via the Power App and the flows, but then you keep the business logic behind it. And for that I have been using an Azure subscription, and I elected to use Azure Key Vault for storing those secure credentials. So if you take a look at my Key Vault, so you need an Azure subscription for that, of course, and I have created a Key Vault in that Azure subscription. Any demo subscription or anything would work just fine with this solution because this is a resource that really don't cost any much money. If you want to implement this in your organization subscription, maybe you need some help creating a resource group where you can deploy some resources. But basically I have a standard Key Vault deployed here, and I have created some secrets. I have 3 secrets. I have a client ID. This is the client ID from the app registration. I have a client secret, likewise, from the app registration. And I have created a secret for storing that bearer token, which contains the access token and reference token I get when I authorize and authenticate to the Phillips Hue developer portal and accessing the remote API. As you can see from that token, I have set an expiration date on it, and that expiration date is the same date that the access token expire. So I have built some logic when that secret expires. I also will use the refresh token to renew the access token and get a new access token for a period of time. And another thing worth mentioning is that that secret bearer token, you can see I have some different versions there. I have stored that as a JSON file object, and if I just click here, I will mask this out later, yeah, I can just click show secret value, and then you can see that I have built a JSON object containing my access token and when the access token expires and the refresh token and so on. So I will not go into detail about that here, but we will get back to that later in the next part, where I will look at logic apps and how I read and write back secrets when needed. So, and about logic apps and Key Vault, you need some access policies. Of course, your admin user has access to the Key Vault, but I have also given an application access, and this is the managed service identity connected to my logic apps. We will get more into that later, but I can see that my logic apps have the policy to get, list, and set secrets. So this will all be shown later, but I just wanted to show you how my Key Vault is configured, and see you next time.